Hello heroes, Joe Smith here again. Many of you probably heard of Nostradamus from the 16th century, the 1500s or that mid 1500s. He did like a bunch of predictions and prophecies, foretelling future events, and many claim that a lot of them, like maybe 70% of them, even have come true. Well, first of all, his predictions are fairly vague and were like 500 years ago, and a lot has happened in the last 500 years. So it's kind of easy to take his vague predictions and say, oh, yeah, this might refer to this might refer to that. Some of his predictions might kind of hint or refer to more than one thing. It's kind of like the Simpsons predicting. Everyone says Simpsons keep predicting the future of that. Uh, but then again, there's been 32 years of Simpsons cartoons, and everything that you could ever think of, they've done an episode about, and so you can kind of pick current events and be like, oh, this is similar to that. It's almost like his art predicting life or his life imitating the art. So you might have, many of you might question Nostradamus' predictions, if it's actually legit or if it's a bunch of hocus pocus. But for those of you that do believe his predictions might be real or legit, well, here's one of his predictions here. Is it referring to what's happened in the past year? Did Nostradamus 500 years ago predict the events of 2020? If you read through this, you might think he did. But then again, this all might refer to some other event that happened in the past, or some other event that's yet to happen. Many websites are now advertising this, claiming that it's a prediction that's going to happen later this year in 2021, but reading it sounds like it's what happened in 2020. So different websites are claiming he predicted it for 2021. Don't know if there was a specific year or century or time frame that this was predicted for, but if he predicted for 2021, he's probably off a year, because this sounds more like 2020. But let's read through it, and we'll explain line for line here, and really just how Joe Smith here interprets it, and you form your own conclusions. Here we go. Few young people half dead to give a start. Some people are saying that this is predicting a zombie apocalypse. Well, few young people have to give a start. Sounds like the half brain dead and morally dead zombies of Antifa and BLM. Dead through spite, he will cause the others to shine. This could refer to what's his name, that black guy that died in Minneapolis from the police or whatever. Can't even remember his name anymore. Not even important to me. But you know who we're talking about. Floyd or something, was it? Dead through spite, he will cause the others to shine. Could be referring to the police, or the one cop anyways, had some anger or spite towards the Floyd guy or whatever his name was there in Minneapolis, and his death caused the others to shine, the rioters, activists, or whatever, the leftists. And in an exalted place, some great evils to occur. Could be referring to the Chaz Chop there in the Seattle's Capitol Hill. Could be referring to January 6th, mostly peaceful protests in the Capitol where some leftists planted pipe bombs, and that leftist guy yelling out, advertising he had a knife and breaking windows and stuff like that, and other evils like broken windows and vandalism that took place there by a select few people. Sad concepts will come to harm each one. Could be referring to Democrat leftist policies of socialism and communism and their gender and racism BS that they claim exists, and all these stupid concepts that the left is preaching that at the same time are disarming the country. Temporal dignified the mass to succeed. Another word for temporal kind of refers to the time and stuff like that, but also another word for temporal is activist. So look at some synonyms here: chronological of time, sequential, activist, worldly, earthly, secular life. So the activists, dignified by the Democrats and the left, the mass of activists and leftists and Democrats to succeed. Fathers and mothers dead of infinite sorrows, women mourning the pestilent she-monster. Well, at first, Joe Smith saw she-monster and thought, well, this must be Nancy Pelosi. But other words for pestilent here: deadly, lethal, fatal, virulent, highly contagious, killer, annoying. So pestilent she-monster could be referring to COVID. COVID might be that deadly, viral, highly contagious she-monster that's being spoke of here. Might not be an actual person monster. She-monster might be COVID, especially since it's deadly, highly contagious, viral is the word describing the she-monster, or the word describe it means deadly, highly contagious, viral. And the people dying of COVID are fathers and mothers, older people. And there's a lot of women in mourning over losing their parents or grandparents and stuff like that from COVID. The great one to be no more, meaning Trump lost the election, was no longer the president because of all this other stuff that happened before here on the list here that we just talked about. So because of all that happened, the great one, Trump, to be no more, lost the election as a result of all this other stuff. And then the last line of this Nostradamus prophecy: all the world to end. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, post your comments and opinions, share your thoughts in the comments below, please. It's been Joe Smith, signing out.